Welcome, everybody. My name's Pete Williams. I'm the founder of Functional Medicine Associates, and I'm going to introduce you to our foundational program and give you a little bit of a deeper understanding of what it means. So this is a program that's really been developed and fine-tuned over the last 2 decades of us working with many patients. And I firmly believe this is the best way for us to utilize our expertise to help you on your health journey. And it's something, as I said to you, we've worked a lot on to try and develop and try and finalize so that you get the most effective program from our expertise. Let me just give you another way of thinking about this. You're utilizing our expertise, particularly at the beginning, a little bit like a lawyer on a big case. It's super important for us at the beginning to utilize our expertise and our experience to really dig deep into understanding who you are, where you've come from, what have been the issues, what are the important timeline processes that we see on your file where maybe your health has took a different direction. And so you are investing into our time and our expertise, particularly at the beginning, to really work out what's gone on, why has it gone on, and what do we need to do now. So by the time we come to that first big consultation, which is sometimes up to 2 hours long, we've really got an idea of where we need to go. And you really are investing quite a bit of your time and effort and money into us being allowed to do that. Because what's important for us when we come to that point is that we start to suggest, here is what we do now. Here is what we're going to do midterm. And we're also building this strategy for a long-term process. And that allows us to be much more succinct with regards to our decision making at the beginning. It means that we can be more cost effective with you with regards to the testing that we may need to do. And let's face it, you might have had a lot of testing that's been done before, and we can of course amalgamate that in and bring that in. But the point about this is really simply is that we want to utilize our expertise at that first stage to build the new house. But to do that, we really do want to make sure that the foundations are the first things that we have to look at from regards to your health. And then once we get the foundations done well, we start building for midterm and long term. Now, a lot of people ask, well, which practitioner would I go to? And I think I always look at every single case that comes in to Functional Medicine Associates, and I decide who is best choice, who is the best choice to utilize on that file. Whilst we're all IFM certified practitioners, and to be fair, there's not a lot of us in the UK or worldwide, it is something that is giving you the highest expertise as far as medical education in functional medicine training. We all have that IFM certified practitioner status, but some of us may have a slightly better specialization in certain areas. And so I always look at every single file and decide who will be that clinical lead. And some files I may going to need 2 of us behind the scenes with 1 clinical lead and someone supporting that file as well. And you will be supported through this journey by our front of house, Shelley. And this is a process as we go down, and it may be a minimum, it's usually a minimum of 3 months, usually 4 to 5 months, depending on your life circumstances. It is something where your hand is held all the way through the process. And it's super important for you to consider, what can I get out of this program? So right at the beginning, we are incredibly honest from a point of view of, here's what we would expect. Here's some of the outcomes that we may feel as though may be the best outcomes based on your current life circumstances but also intermingled with the program that we're going to run. Now, also to consider is that we can only maximize that program based on what capacity you have to do that program as well. So again, we'll be completely honest with regards to what your life circumstances show us, and also with regards to what are the outcomes that we can get. And then it really is, it's a team process. It is a team process that is driven by you, and you will be instructed by us about what to do, how to do, and what we're going to look at. And indeed, in certain circumstances, we may need to send you off to a specialist, a cardiologist or a neurologist, etc., because we may occasionally need some external help. Now, what testing would we look at? That's a really good question. And again, it's really nothing that we can answer until we've had that really big, deep dive of your file. And how would we look after you? Well, it really is a question of, do you do the fundamental basics well? That would be one of the key aspects to functional medicine. For many people, they just don't. And that's through no fault of their own. That could be many reasons why that happens. But our role is to partner up with you being the captain of the ship, but we are giving you the information, we are giving you the strategy, we are giving you the honesty with regards to how this is going to work out. And we're also giving you the practicalities of what you need to do on a daily basis. And we hold your hand right through that process. And we will probably end up having maybe 6 hours worth of face-to-face contact, whether that literally is face-to-face or whether that is on Zoom throughout that process. But right behind this foundational program is your practitioner is consistently building the file to get that greater understanding of how we maximize your results. So the foundational program, that's what we think is the most appropriate way to start your process. And again, usually what happens once we've done that, we understand you. So for many people, not everyone, but for most people, once we get to the end of that strategy, and in generally what we're doing through that process is we've got you on a test retest cycle as well. We may have done some series of tests at the beginning. We've put you on a strategy, and then we're putting you through a time frame of where we're going to retest there. And number one, we'll say, well, how are you feeling? Do you feel better? And we'll monitor and measure that. But also we'll be tracking the biomarkers through testing also to see whether you are, in a sense, getting better from that. And usually once we finish that first cycle, it's unusual that we'd put a patient back onto a full cycle again. What we usually do at that point is that almost all patients have got significantly better. They might not be cured for sure, but they are on a better pathway, and we move those patients then onto something which is much more ad hoc, and it might be once a month, it might be once every 2 months, but you're always in a strategy of something with Functional Medicine Associates. So hopefully that has given you a little bit more clarity with regards to our foundational functional medicine program, and we love and look forward to hopefully working with you soon.